Charlie Kirk, alpha male, stands up to bullies and bars them from his special event. Charlie has revoked tickets of every Unfuck America creator from attending. If they're open to dialogue, watch Nuke's top 5. Why not? If they enjoy debate and testing their ideas, why ban us before we can even engage? Charlie Kirk, welcome to SAS 2025. Yeah, like, okay, all right. If this is true, yeah, it's pretty cut for Charlie to do. Ethan getting close to our Argentinian friend.
There's someone else, and also there's someone else special out there that thinks that they're safe and sound. Bad empanada, you're not. I promise you, I find you. And
uh-oh.
A promise is a promise.
All right.
Right? You go, if someone's in Argentina, just because someone's in Argentina, they can't say and do whatever they want. That seems crazy, right? Yeah, that's not exactly true. Well, maybe he flees to Australia. Well, that's even better. Maybe he's scared and he's, I don't know where he might be right now, but I'm sure there's ways to find out. And it really is just a matter of where he is and the applicable laws and, hiring a private investigator, a local private investigator to find out where he is and finding local representation, reaching out to advocacy groups and such like that. Being anti-Semitic, I didn't know this. In Argentina is like, for whatever reason, I don't know, is like extremely illegal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Shane Gillis comments on Trump not releasing the Epstein
that they're just being.
I mean, we'll see, okay, dude. Ethan is off his rockers, okay. All right, listen. I love Ethan. I support Ethan's crusade against Hassan, okay. Listen, I want results, okay. I want results, okay, not words.
Be like, yeah, no, everything was cool, above board. Don't
Looks
worry.
like Trump dog.
Yeah,
It's tough not to fucking point some fingers.
huge
Because
question.
he got
mark.
killed while you were president,
Yeah,
and you were there. There's so many
Adolf
photos
Hitler?
of them chilling.
So true.
allegedly hung with his staff.
I know.
Allegedly hung with his staff.
The cope on Trump's innocent. The cope is fucking pretty intense. Yeah, he did go to the island and he just hung out with the staff, dude. The staff said that. Was the staff 12?
Yeah, dude, that shit. That was pretty. Well, there's the thing. They were never going to release it. That was like it became apparent. Like they're not fucking like those trillionaires.
Did you see him? Somebody brought it up at a meeting, and Trump was like, "Are you guys still talking about Epstein?" It's like, that's crazy. There's so much other stuff going on. I can't believe you're bringing up Epstein. Are you serious?
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
God, get a life. You guys are obsessed with this shit. What the fuck?
People that they'll DM me and be like, you see what
Andrew Schultz. Oh no, this guy is.
you see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for.
Yeah.
I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink spending.
Bro, didn't he have Trump on his fucking podcast? Like, didn't this guy have like Trump on his podcast? Or am I thinking of a different person? Bro, fuck this guy. Ethan, another person that DJ forgot, my dude has always been super soy, bad faith, and petty. He is. He pedo jackets people randomly. Not good. So did he smash Cody? My 12-year-old daughter's crush is in my driveway powered watching our camper. I was just
I'm tired of being the bigger
Thank you, Nebraska. I think he did have Trump on. Yeah, he did.
man. And my grandpa said, boy, if you got to keep always being the bigger man, you're hanging around with too many small damn people. I'm not finna be the bigger man. I'm not going to let you keep taking your shots at me and I turn the other cheek. That's in the Bible. I ain't in there.
Okay. This is going to be fun. I'll pay for your ticket to debate Destiny. Who is this? Wait, who the fuck is this, though? Tickets are purchased? Who the oh, bringing my MAGA brother to debate Destiny. Oh, okay. Base. I think the I/P conflict turned my sister anti-Semitic. She is a TikTok to addicted Zoomer. What can I say? But this was a crazy process to watch IRL. I talked to her for about 3 hours today, and I was shocked at some of the things she was saying. Ran down the list from the Jews control everything to saying Jews are overprivileged and arrogant. She's the FT. You know what? You know what? They don't control everything, okay? But I will say Egghead annoys me a lot sometimes, okay? I'm not afraid to. I'm not afraid to say that. Yeah, you know what? I am anti-Semitic. Yeah, that's right, I am. Egghead has made me more anti-Semitic, okay? Yep, he did. Along with similar wise, like she wants Israel wiped out the map. Okay, maybe not that. And the Jews living there to go home. I swear she wasn't like this last year. She voted for Kamala and thinks the people that didn't vote was because of I/PR regarded. I can sense how far she's been radicalized since then. Last year she was just a typical from the river to the sea pro-pally, but I guess this is the logical progression from that. I think she'll grow out of it though. I was able to implant seeds of doubt. You know, I'm able to implant some other seeds. Bring your sister Booty over. I guess this is the logical progression of that. I think she'll grow out of it. Blah, blah, blah. I was able to continue to slowly de-radicalize that. I wonder how prevalent this phenomenon is. Okay. Probably really prominent. I don't know. Does she find Hassan hot? If she does, it's fucking Jover.
Why do you keep saying?
Why do you keep saying every single time, every Destiny clip? Why do you seek? Why do you keep saying? Why do you keep saying? Crab bullying is their best weapon. Bad hombre. This is the same defamatory statement that cost ABC $16 million. AOC. Wow, who would have thought that electing a rapist would have complicated the release of the Epstein files? True. Julumna informed me that you were talking shit about me.
Why?
Don't stop lying, okay? You were listening to me in the back.
Though nearly every Muslim in existence also agrees with Vosh 10 times harder, because the Muslims that agree, if you go and talk to real Muslims, not 19-year-old kids on college campus, like fifth generation, I'm a cultural Muslims that are fucking retarded and they know how to pronounce like two things in whatever their parents' mother's tongue is, right? Actual Muslims.
Excuse me? It's Gaza. It's not pronounced Gaza. It's pronounced in my mother's traditional second removed tongue. Okay.
Will be honest with you and they'll tell you what their goals are. They'll tell you what their desires are. No, if you go to the Middle East and you ask anybody who has strong feelings about this, they're not going to give you these cuck like, oh, we believe in a two-state solution where everybody has equal or one-state solution. They're going to say, get these fucking Jews the fuck out of here. Get them the goddamn fuck out of the.
I like when Shots reaches out at the camera to push a point away. Listen, I'm just breaking the fourth wall here, okay?
This place. We want them the fuck out. They're not going to give you these weird, half-measured, cucked opinions that these fucking 75 IQ knuckle-dragging retards, okay, like Vosh are going to give you. Though they're more realistic and honest about what they actually believe. Fuck, even if you poll two-state in Israel-Palestine before October 7th, nobody wants a two-state solution. Nobody there even wants it, okay? Nobody wants it. Right? It's the difference between talking to fake Muslims or white people, depending on what he wants to be at the time. Hassan, who's like, oh no, they don't use human shields. It's actually Israel that uses human shields. They would never do that. And then you go there and you talk to the actual people in Gaza or Hamas and they're like, human shields. No, we're not human shields. We're by default, all of us are fighters and warriors for Islam. We can't even be human shields because every single civilian is committed to the global jihad that we're constantly calling for the cause of defending Palestine and all of Islam against the Jewish invaders. So if you want to call them human shields, that's fine. But every single one of us is dedicated. Like they're making excuses that they don't even make for themselves. It's fucking stupid. And I don't care. I don't care about it. We're looking at helicopters right now. Why do you keep saying...
Okay. Abortion is not legal in Texas. I don't want to have this baby. Sorry, miss, but abortions are banned in Texas. There must be some way to get rid of this baby after birth that's acceptable to Republicans. Poor girls. Oh, so based. True. Deputy FBI Director Bongino has told people he is considering resigning mid. Give your hips the estrogen memo instantly. I have no idea why this is being recommended to me. This Epstein list issue is affecting more Republicans than you may realize. I work in the trades, and during our morning stretch and flex meeting on the site, I heard a group of guys on another crew talking about how Trump has lost all credibility for trying to sweep everything under the rug. And going on about how they feel insulted that Trump treats them like they're dumb fucks and will just accept the lies he spews. They sounded extremely upset and angry. And then like 30 minutes later, another group of people passing by were ranting about the whole thing too. I don't know. I feel like this might be a turning point in the MAGA. Yeah, don't count on it, dude. Gonna be honest. Marching orders have been broadcast once again. Satire fake news. It is time we stop pretending that pedophilia is evil. Young sprouts need discipline. You think nature coddles its own? The president knew what the kids weren't saying. Sometimes a little hurt now means stronger roots later. Fire emoji. Hashtag tough love. Nice. I love misinformation. ContraPoints. Radical left. DGG ContraPoints. True. I think, listen, I think ContraPoints just feels extremely isolated and lonely, okay? I think she needs a helping hand. I'm just saying. The idea took over my brain today in light of the Dean Withers situation. Is that bread? Is that... Dude, this is so smart. Oh, dude, I would pay for something like this. I would pay for something like this to, like, tie up, like, a bag of, like, bread slices. Like a loaf of bread. Okay? Dude, I would pay for this. Sorry, not pay for this. I can just make this myself. Fuck it.
Jesus, what the fuck?
What is happening over there, American bros? This shit is scary. We have a bunch of...
Jesus, what the fuck is happening?
This is ICE walking down my street. There's gotta be 50 of them? What the fuck is going on here? Holy shit.
Well, they got a funding raise. Nothing ever happens, right? What Hassan says when he looks in the mirror. Is that Chink? He is extremely insecure about himself, to be fair, okay? Professor Dave explains to me his reasoning for voting third party. I live in California, dumbass. Move along. Oh my god. Professor Dave, why? Why, dude? Take life-saving websites into any emergency. 100% of Wikipedia. 90% how-to articles. Khan Academy Lite. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, why are these... Stop. The new Pedal Man movie is gonna drop next week. Oh, yeah. I remember showing this on stream. Kyle Kalinske. Burgers, Lies, and America's Destruction. Pedal Man. The Department of Justice whistleblower has exposed emails and text messages revealing that the DOJ officials allegedly conspired to deceive judges. The goal of this deception was to prevent the return of individuals who were wrongfully deported. Dude, Jesus Christ. Not good. Destiny, every time he's on Piers Morgan. Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. True.
No one, sir.
Back again.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Contra needs a Foodshops friend. True. Trump is a bad boy right now. Wait, why the fuck? Dude, okay, the stream needs to fucking... Like, the chat needs to update more. What the fuck? Why is the chat not updating? Whatever.
No one, sir.
Back again.
All right. Hey, look, we got a question for you.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
what is your stance on Palestine?
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah, Palestine.
But you went to Israel, though. You support
Okay, why is it, why? Why is it why stop?
Netanyahu.
Why?
No, I don't.
You don't support Netanyahu?
No.
Stop it, bro. She was in the IDF.
He voted against him.
You voted against him. What about Ben Gvir? How do you feel about Ben Gvir?
Oh, I think he's insane. Yeah, he's a monster.
You think he's a monster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've said that. No, that
Okay.
guy sucks. I
Okay.
mean, he's worse than sucks.
All right, cool. So this is the final test, buddy. Get a free Palestine from me.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine?
Yeah.
From the river to the sea?
Yeah.
My man, I appreciate that. Okay, cool. What about you?
I like how like they're just instantly fucking dismantled. Like
You were in the IDF. So. Wait, hold on. You were in the West Bank. You used to go in people's houses in the middle of the night?
No.
She was a secretary.
I was a secretary.
You were a secretary. Yeah? Can we get a free Palestine from you?
Sure, free Palestine.
All right.
Dude, I'm sorry that Gila and Ethan Klein isn't like isn't like the anti-Arabic Islamophobic people that you paint them out to be every fucking day online. Okay, I'm sorry. Like Gila, the former IDF, saying, yeah, you know what? Yeah, free Palestine. Hello? Can we get a repeat on that for Gila Klein?
My man, I appreciate that. Okay, cool. What about
Because we know Ethan Klein already has his
you?
views.
You were in the IDF. So. Wait, hold on. You were in the West Bank. You
Oh
used to
my
go in
God.
people's houses
Stop
in the
that.
middle of the night?
No.
She's a
I
secretary.
was a secretary.
You were a secretary. Yeah? Can we get a free Palestine from you?
Sure, free Palestine.
All right. No one, sir.
I don't really know if I'm allowed to speak on
Guys, she saw Destiny react to her video and now she found the form.
this, but we're gonna do it anyway. There is a great schism happening in the liberal digital political space. It's loud, it's big, and people are catching on. Liberal creators, and I specifically mean liberal creators, no longer collectively agree with each other. Or more so, they no longer like each other. Those two things kind of mean the same thing at this point. And to me, this is not your general case of left-wing infighting. This is about a new generation overcoming an old generation. A new TikTok liberal way of thinking that's competing with an older, snarky, more sarcastic streamer liberalism. I feel like we're kind of seeing what and who I'm talking about right now. Sorry. Anyways, this shift is apparent to me because we're reaching one of these rare eras where conservatives and older liberals are starting to agree, are starting to coincide in talking points, in frameworks, in what they believe is too woke. And that to me is one of the first signs of liberalism, of leftism updating, just ever so slightly. Think about this for a sec. I am seeing liberal creators reposting videos that critique and shame other liberal creators that are posted by right-wing creators. We are genuinely seeing conservatives and liberals start to
Okay, she comes off as a retard lefty to me, but I could be wrong, okay? My first impressions of her is retard lefty, okay? But
agree in their hatred of other liberals. And this has happened before, but it's now happening in like hyper digital spaces, being perpetuated by the groups that were once too woke. And what's also crazy is we're also seeing the same rhetoric, this anti-woke rhetoric being used by conservatives and liberals alike to take moral high ground
Woman Moon just retard lefty. She's also black.
over the people who are taking too much moral high ground. Like, to me, they're almost displaying a kind of wokeness in being anti-woke by assuming that this wokeness demands too much of people who are unassuming and ill-prepared for certain moral conversations. Does that make sense? I don't know. To me, these situations always just like bring about a question of where the line is. What exactly is morally permissible to do in the name of morality? And essentially, what isn't? Well, that's just me. What do I know?
That was a lot of yap. Okay. Cruz personally inserted language into his reconciliation bill that eliminates a 150 million fund to accelerate advancing improvements in research. Okay, yeah, I'm not surprised. There are no Epstein files in Boston, say. True. Another huge piece that was never... Trump cut off funding to U.S. pandemic monitoring teams that are based in China to gather direct source data. They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
I don't really know if I'm allowed to.
Okay, yeah, I know. ML is cursed. His partner will never return her feelings, full of angst and regret. Read now on TappyTune for free. Sponsored. Just like in the fairy tale, I fantasized about my own Prince Charming. And then I met him. Would you like me to push the swing? Blush. The man who would give me everything he had. Please sign here, princess. But he betrayed me. Although it was for a short time, you pulled me into the light and I trusted you. I regret the moment we first met. You're nothing but a monster. Peak. Okay. Destiny.
No one, sir.
Wait, I already watched this. I already saw
I keep hearing
Can you please write an essay on the
how we treat
people
AI
like Joe
and
Rogan saying the conspiracy theorists ended up being right
Okay, last one.
about everything. They weren't. They were wrong. I keep hearing people like Joe Rogan saying the conspiracy theorists ended up being right about everything.
You see ContraPoints shout you out and say you were a talented content creator earlier today. There's no shot. He and I have bad blood. ContraPoints and I have bad blood. There's no shot he did that. Can you link me that? Because every single time he mentions me, he constantly says, "Oh yeah, that's the lolly person." Yeah, that's the person who admitted they gooned to lolly live on stream every time. Can you send me that? Just link me on Discord, okay? Join my Discord.
Everything. They weren't. They were wrong about basically every single thing. There was no massive election fraud. There were no mass deaths from the COVID vaccine. There is no evidence that...
He also said that too, to be fair. Yeah, he has to, because he has to virtue signal to a stupid audience.
It was manufactured in a laboratory. There is no evidence that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered by somebody. The reality is every single thing I said is true, and I will debate.
Look, every single time you guys mention something in the comments, okay, or in the chat, just link me, okay? Just Forget. Stop. Okay, I'm not gonna find it by myself. I'm not gonna do it. It's not worth my time. Okay, just link me.
You on any platform.
Sorry, this is not directed at you. Okay, but thank you. Thank you for
Well,
that.
on instant virology, you're saying wasn't true.
You have
That's where you
no
lose
idea what
credibility.
you have no idea.
hang on, Destiny, hang on, Destiny, hang on.
That's just stupid.
Hang on, Destiny.
Let me finish my point. Excuse me. Let me finish my point. Conservatives spent all this time with all these conspiracies, and then as soon as they got into office and they no longer had a deep state to blame, all of a sudden there was no election fraud evidence. There was no evidence about Hunter Biden being conspiratorial.
Does Connor disagree ideologically on anything, or is it purely aesthetic? Everything that he says is all soy. Okay, it's like the most social. He disagrees. So apparently he disagrees with Steven, but it's only because Steven makes too many edgy jokes about children dying. Okay, he only disagrees with Democrats because why? Because Democrats are too soy about trans people. He only disagrees with whatever. Like he's an anti-Trump Republican, right? He is an anti-Trump Republican, but the thing is that he's just he. Everything he does is vibe-based. Like every single piece of politics he does is vibe-based, and he works backwards to philosophically justify them. His arguments are not solid. They're not built on solid foundation. Okay, they're not.
With Ukraine or Russia, there was no evidence of Epstein being murdered, and that's what's happened.
Is there any more? Oh, Lex Friedman, dude. Okay. Can I do a Lex Friedman voice? Hold on. I know what my Lex Friedman voice sounds like. Hold on. Where is it? Piers was so based here. You're based. Oh my god, more Ico rules versus Smugmug. Why? I don't care. I just don't care. Why is this here? Hold on. I am very sad to make this video because I do not make this video with a light heart. I make it with a heavy heart. Okay, this is the Lex Friedman voice. Okay. The US government needs to release the Epstein list and be fully transparent about everything related to this case. And don't treat the public like we're idiots. Otherwise, trust is completely shattered. It's obvious. Do the right thing. Okay, thank you, Lex Friedman, for that.
Customs and Border Patrol helicopter has entered the scene here. They are landing in the middle of...
Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, is there anything else? If there's nothing else, hold on. 26 minutes in, Kyle brings up Contra. Just real quick.
All right, y'all, got some breaking news here for you.
Okay.
This is not a meritocracy. You're an asshole who got lucky and stumbled on a lot of money, and now you think you're amazing, but you're not. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. This is so indicative of the problem in this country now. The billionaires are the problem. The fascists and the billionaires are the root of every fucking problem. The corruption and the fascists and the billionaires bring us situations like this. All right. Now, oh God, I don't even want to get into all the details of this because I could go on about this for like 2 hours, but I'll just give you the TLDR on it. So I'm sure you guys all know the YouTuber named ContraPoints. He does these video essays. She's part of what's called BreadTube, which is basically just like left-wing YouTube. And ContraPoints was getting a lot of pushback from her audience and her fans where they were telling her like, hey, kind of weird. There's been a genocide going on for like 2 years. You haven't done a video on that. Like, are you planning on doing a video on that? And ContraPoints didn't.
Look, Mackie, listen, the truth, you know what the truth of the matter is? I think ContraPoints is just a hardcore Destiny fan that turns every single one of Destiny's arguments into a conservative light, okay? I think that's what's going on. He has a parasocial relationship with Destiny, but then he's supposed to be like the conservative DGGer, so he just copies every one of Destiny's like opinions, but then he presents them in his own like conservative light that makes it sound like it came from himself, okay? Look, I understand ContraPoints, okay? I am the ContraPoints understander, all right?
Release a video on it, but clearly she was like feeling the pressure from her own supporters, and so she released this really long statement on Reddit. And look, the gist of the statement, I'll try to be as fair as I can in summing it up, but the gist of the statement is like, do I think it's a genocide? Yes. Is that bad? Yes. But, you know, online lefties are kind of annoying, and I also see a rise in anti-Semitism happening, and anti-Semitism is bad. Therefore, I don't know what I would add to the conversation. And do you really even want to see me do a video on Gaza? You want to see me like pouring milk on Benjamin Netanyahu in a bathtub or something like that? And so the sense I get from it is like, yeah, it's bad, but I have nothing to say to it. And, you know, both sides, bro. Like, my feelings kind of get hurt by lefties who are pro-Palestine. So I'm not really going to speak out on the genocide. And
not the worst thing.
I don't know, man. That's chicken shit stuff. And it's a real shame because ContraPoints is super talented. She's very smart. I've enjoyed many of her videos. I mean, you know, the production value and stuff is a little over the top for me. It's a little bit navel-gazy for me. It's not really my thing, but having said that, I've watched plenty of her stuff, and I really do enjoy it. I think we invited her on Crystal Kyle and Friends one time. We never heard back from her. But, I mean, this is like, it's solipsism, right? Like, this is so selfish and self-aggrandizing, and it all comes back to your feelings.
I'm sorry. I just don't get. I just don't understand. I don't understand this. I don't understand the fact that, why people view ContraPoints post as egotistical. It doesn't come off as egotistical. It doesn't come off as egotistical. I don't know why people keep saying this. It's so ridiculous. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. Right? If she is constantly saying, oh, it's all about me, blah, 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 I'm such a cool person, I'm like the coolest person, then yeah, maybe. But yeah, yes, exactly. They're calling her selfish for holding an opinion. It's crazy. Blonde hair just boozes soreness. Yeah, 100%. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy up in here. Okay? It's crazy.